Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where we are roughly 10 days away and we are still wondering ways Vince can fuck up the road to WrestleMania. It's lost in the Midcard. Yes, we are roughly 10 days away. This is our penultimate show before the big one. We've got one more Lost in the Midcard before WrestleMania where we will do our NXT TakeOver New York and WrestleMania. And hell, we may even throw some G1 Supercard predictions in there too. Who knows? We'll do all that next week with next Wednesday's show. You're hearing this one Thursday as we're recording on Wednesday instead. We recorded after an amazing NXT as always. So as I had some prior obligations on Tuesday this week, so we're coming at you at our old time slot this week on Thursday, but we will be back at our normal slot on Wednesday for our go-home show. And we'll talk about WWE's go-home shows. You probably won't miss much on NXT. I think there's going to be Bianca Belair against Kairi Sane, I believe it is, and I think the rest of it's probably going to be a lot of recaps leading up to what is just truly going to be an amazing TakeOver New York card. So we got a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. What you got to do is just search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you know each time a new episode comes your way. Typically every Wednesday, or if you sometimes we come at you Thursday, you subscribe to us, you'll know when those different days come at you. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/LostInTheMidcard. You can also find us on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of the great wrestling tweets from around the wrestling world, including some salty ones from Lana. Some interesting ones from a lot of the women of the women's division. We'll get into that later. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at RawF Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
A lot better than Asuka in the SmackDown Live women's division's doing right now.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, just come right out with it, pal.
Well, like I said in the open, how many more ways can we fuck it up here? How many more ways can Vince fuck it up here? We got two more. We got a Raw and a SmackDown left.
Yeah, both in my backyard, both to which I'm not attending.
Are the co-host. He's on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD. Darryl Bullock. Darryl, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm drinking. It's going to be a fun show tonight.
Drinking!
Oh, Lord.
I'm not drinking tonight. I'm thirsty as hell, though, so maybe by the end of it all, I have a feeling I'm going to get through these drinks pretty quick, because I'm really thirsty tonight for some reason.
Parched.
Yeah, I'm parched.
Thirsty bastard.
Before we get into our typical AEW open of the show, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka last night on SmackDown Live to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. We did not know it was for the title until Greg Hamilton said it was for the title. What? I think the news kind of broke. I know Fightful said something.
Fightful broke it earlier in the day.
Yeah. Other than that, so basically this was decided upon yesterday during the day sometime, right?
Yep, Vince decided yesterday afternoon. Thanks, asshole.
What the fuck? What? We had a okay. I mean, first off, we had a match in place. We had a fatal four-way. Sonya, Mandy, Carmella, and I believe Naomi. Fatal four-way winner faces Asuka. All right, we had that in place. So we had it all set. We had a SmackDown Women's Championship match all set for WrestleMania. I guess, but there was no buzz around Asuka, so we just going to take the title off her and shove both titles into the main event of WrestleMania and take
hard to have buzz around someone who they haven't kept on TV pretty much in the past 2 months.
I know.
And you have no storyline, feud, or inkling of anything to even show for it. To say that she was going to possibly have a match at Mania. Fatal 4-way just gets trashed.
They really shit the bed here.
Shit the bed. That's diarrhea everywhere.
I mean, they had something if they would have continued it with Mandy and Sonya and Asuka, and they had some continuation there.
They could have did with Matt what you guys said.
Yeah, well,
Mandy and Sonya and Asuka in a triple threat.
Yeah, I mean, and
if they really wanted to go crazy, and heaven forbid, give the SmackDown women's roster their due, end the shit in a no contest. Have Asuka come out and beat up everybody and be like, you know what, I'll take y'all on.
Yeah.
Do a fatal 5-way or something, or hell, put them in a ladder match. Because, WrestleMania is sorely lacking a fucking ladder match next weekend.
Yeah.
To me, always one of the most fun matches you can have at a WrestleMania. We're not even getting one this year.
And someone on Twitter, brilliantly put, well, yeah, sure, the women are main event in WrestleMania, but you also took a women's match off the card.
Yeah.
And you haven't even confirmed. And you haven't
Vanessa, I retweeted her last night. She's absolutely right.
And you haven't even confirmed the women's battle royal. So
the battle royal hasn't even been confirmed. We don't even know with 100% certainty that's happening yet.
Remember what I told you guys a couple weeks ago? Until Braun made it clear that he was going to be in the battle royal, I didn't think it was going to be any battle royal leading up to Mania. And usually
that month ago there may not have been. A month ago there might have been.
I'm not surprised because
we got to do something with Braun, so
you don't have anything at all. Like usually for the past 3 to 4 years, at least even with the women, you have people that come up and say, "Hey, I'm going to be in a battle royal 2 weeks ahead of time, 3 weeks ahead of time." You have no woman that says that, so that means your Naomi's, your Lanas, your Carmelas, all these women that work 365 days of shows and everything, they're going to be sitting in the background for Mania.
Which is such bullshit. Like, there's no reason they can't put that women's battle royal on the kickoff show.
Yeah, that's going to be a long ass fucking kickoff show if they only have the men's battle royal and the cruiserweight championship.
There's got to be 3 matches on there.
It has to be
for a 2 hour. Yeah. For a 2 hour kickoff show, you have to have 3 matches.
And it's going to be on USA. So.
Well, the second hour will be on USA.
Oh, just the second hour. Okay.
Yes, that's just how they do it every year. It's a 2 hour kickoff show with the second hour airing on the USA Network. So, there's no way in hell that we can get through that kickoff show with just 2 matches. And look, I'm gonna scare y'all with that stupid SNL involvement. I wouldn't be surprised if that Andre Battle Royal makes it on the main card.
Oh yeah,
they probably will.
Yeah, it will now. Yeah.
So then you really need to question what the other matches are going to be with the cruiserweight. We already know the cruiserweights are going to be on the pre-show, but who's going with the cruiserweights? At this point would be the ultimate question to ask. We would literally have to sit here and look over the card to figure it out.
Dude,
because this card's so freaking ridiculously large that I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head.
We haven't even hashed out the SmackDown tag title match.
That's exactly
or the Raw tag title match.
We figure that's gonna be.
For all we know, dude. I bet you both tag matches are with the cruiserweight on the pre-show.
Could be.
Yep.
I bet you it'll be Hardys and Usos on the SmackDown side, and it'll be Ricochet and Black and Revival on the Raw side. And I bet you they're both on the pre-show with the cruiserweight title match.
Yeah, because I bet you Revival costs Ricochet and Black at TakeOver. I bet they show up at TakeOver.
That would actually be really.
That'd be awesome.
That would be some cool continuity, and I would actually really appreciate that. So that means it won't happen.
Yeah, well, I that was one of my thoughts when I'm predicting right now that Revival's going to cost him at TakeOver.
Well, it could happen because Triple H is in charge of TakeOver. He might actually do something intelligent.
Yeah.
So, but if Vince was in charge of TakeOver, that wouldn't be happening.
I'm going to tell you right now. That women's battle royal is just going to get thrown together and announced to Monday or Tuesday. It's going to get thrown together at like a
Well, dude, I don't care if it's thrown together as long as it happens. Those women deserve better.
Well, right. It's gonna be an afterthought. It's gonna be thrown together so everybody's on the card. It's gonna be on the pre-show.
And they'll probably let Asuka win it.
And yeah, they'll probably let Asuka win it. But it's gonna be. I think it's got to happen. There's no way you can have one women's match. Well, two. You got the tag title match, I guess. So, but at the same time, you got this women's evolution, and you only have two women's matches. I don't know. In Vince's warped mind, he thinks two's enough, I guess. I don't know. With him main eventing WrestleMania, he thinks two's enough. But I'm sure they're going to last minute throw this Battle Royal thing out there, and here you go, Because, they showed, like I said, for highlights during Raw or something for hype in WrestleMania, they showed Naomi celebrating next to the trophy. So I'm thinking it's just going to kind of, hey, here it is. It's going to happen. It's on the kickoff show. That's just my guess of what's going to happen next week. So why do this? Is this just the easy, lazy way to get the four horsewomen to hold all the titles at
I think lazy and this year's WrestleMania go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's already a lot of matches. And then you got to figure out something that is going to be quote unquote entertaining for the SmackDown Women's title. So, like Matt said, lazy. Oh, okay, let's let Charlotte win the title. Let's put her. She's already in the match. Cool. We got the four horsewomen to win all the titles. We don't have to book another match for WrestleMania and figure out a storyline. Yep. And boom, again, we don't have to book another damn match.
We got a photo op at the end of it with the four horsewomen. Charlotte and Becky are going to kiss and make up. They'll go their separate ways with the brand split because they'll be each brand's champion after WrestleMania. Oh, look, Vince is a genius. Bullshit.
Yeah, you were a genius in '85.
Yeah. I question if he was even a genius then.
True.
They're just lucky.
It was steroids.
Road to Double or Nothing from last week re-aired the Bucks winning the tag titles in Mexico. Also re-aired Cody getting beat up, which is kind of weird how sometimes they kind of mix business with kayfabe, or business and storylines on the Road to Double or Nothing, and they played it off as Cody wasn't able to be in the office because he got the beat down in Mexico. So they kind of showed the recaps of that and said, well, the business must go on. And so the business is going on. Brandy talking to Sandra. You remember Sandra from the Total Divas days. She was the seamstress for the WWE for a long time. So she's working with AEW. See, AEW knows what they're doing. They're pulling in some talent. And speaking of talent, they pulled in Allie from Impact. How about that, guys?
I think it's a big signing for their women's division.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys even expect her to leave Impact?
I'm not surprised.
Well, anybody who wants to. Leaving Impact is not a surprise, but did you see that coming though? Like so soon, right now. It was like, wow, I didn't realize Allie was gonna go or ready to go or whatever.
Yeah. News to me.
Yeah, it just came as a total shock. So Allie talked about her career. I think she's been going at it for about 15 years now. I think she is been wrestling since she's 18. I think she's 33 now. I think she was talking about a 15-year career. Kind of showed her sitting down with Sandra, talking about getting some gear together, talking about how she shared the news that she got signed to AEW with her boyfriend Braxton Sutter, who is currently touring in the independents right now as well. While she probably won't be in a match at Double or Nothing, she might make an appearance in that triple threat maybe. We'll have to see what goes on, but very exciting news to see Allie sign with AEW. And then Brandy on the phone with Dave Milliken, who's known as the Ace of Belts, and Brandy's holding up a little piece of paper there, isn't she, Matt? There's something on you can kind of see through that.
You could definitely see the layout design of the title through the paper, and I'm sure that was done by design.
I think so.
To give you a little sneak preview what their main championship is going to look like.
I liked how they did that, and apparently it's going to be a pretty huge belt. They're comparing it to the mid South U.S. title for comparison's sake, and then we end the show with Pentagon and Ray cutting a little promo ahead of their clash with the Bucks. Do you think that closes Double or Nothing?
Based on what I saw what we saw with the what was it, the little conference thing they had in Vegas, and Matt and Nick promoting tag team wrestling, yeah, I can see it.
If they're not going to decide their world champion at Double or Nothing, I could see that closing the show.
Yep.
Being the Elite this week called C2E2 because that's where they were at, and Kenny Omega sitting down with the Bucks to start things off, and Kenny was kind of asking the Bucks, where were they when Cody was getting beat down in Mexico, and they said they were saving that pop for later, and Kenny's like, well, that wasn't the crowd kind of went mild there, boys.
Bucks aren't over in Mexico, brother.
Yeah.
Nope.
They're the heels in that town.
What is that?
What is that? Yeah.
My phone, sorry.
Oh.
First time I heard, I thought I was losing my fucking mind.
Daryl's got his own
And I heard it
soundboard.
again. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Daryl's got his own soundboard going off here. Bucks signing some merchandise for the signing they had there at C2E2. Showing everybody coming through, meeting them, and greeting them. Talking about Kenny and Nick are talking in the hotel room when Matt walks in, and the only thing that Matt hears is the words Michael Nakazawa. He sold a good shot from that hotel bed, didn't he?
Michael Nakazawa.
I loved it when he woke up and they everything was kind of normal. And Kenny reveals a Michael Nakazawa shirt.
I'm going to buy Matt Nakazawa shirt for his birthday.
Matthew, and then Michael.
There's so many great AEW shirts I would want. That is not one of them.
You're going to wear it.
And
not do that. Do not do that to me, sir.
And Matthew Nakazawa.
Matthew Nakazawa.
Son of a bitch.
Or wait, no. This was.
Gay, Kenny.
That was actually Nicholas Nakazawa. Matt's the one seeing the things, but so he tries to splash some water on his face to kind of come to, and oh my God, Matt's wearing a Michael Nakazawa shirt too.
See, you hear Matt? Matt's wearing a Michael Nakazawa shirt.
Wrong Matt, pal.
This Matt will be wearing one.
But Matt wakes up. It was all a dream. Michael Nakazawa.
What?
So then we see a little screen capture of somebody's phone and hashtag the librarian, and they show all sorts of different little tweets from the librarian, including a kid cutting a little promo and a few other people cutting promos, and then Joey Ryan cutting a promo. As he's trying to get over as a librarian, apparently. Hey, Joey Ryan's free now. Thanks, Lucha.
Yeah.
And Evilise. Sign them both.
Yep.
And King Cuerno, or El Hijo de Fantasma.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, King Cuerno is easier to say than that one. Who else? There's 5 guys that were in that thing. Can't remember the other 2. So Joey Ryan's cutting a librarian promo, and Swoggle shows up looking for Joey Ryan. And, well, he goes, oh, he went down that way, because obviously everybody wants to beat up Joey Ryan nowadays to get into AEW. But Joey Ryan taking off the glasses, thinking, oh, this actually works. But Swoggle came back. Yep. Poor Joey. Christopher Daniels, he got a little birthday card from his wife, and
Damn. What the hell? Why is my phone doing this?
is your phone
Mute your fucking phone.
is your phone calling football plays or something? Omaha, hut, one, two.
What the hell, Cole?
Daniels recently turned 49, and he woke up to a birthday card from his wife, and he stood in the mirror and goes, "Oh no, this is what 49 looks like." So he's taking the
Full gear.
He's taking the full gear challenge. MJF, I guess he's in England now. I'm guessing, and he got pranked by some of the English wrestlers telling him that Cody was here because obviously now he knows Cody can hear again. And he took off pretty quickly. But then Cody, what was the little embroider? Did he have that made for MJF or something? Was there something behind that Nightmare logo with MJF on
It's
it?
the Nightmare Family
Sweatsuit.
which clearly he was going to present
Okay. Is there
to MJF, but MJF is a dick.
Yeah. Has this been a thing yet, like the Nightmare Family, or?
That's the name of his YouTube account.
Yes, I know. But has it been a thing?
Cody fought Aldis at All In, DDP and whoever else was in his corner. They all had Nightmare Family sweatsuits on, the same type of sweatsuits.
Okay, gotcha. So it's kind of gonna become a thing eventually, like a stable and a little further. But yeah, poor Cody was in tears after he.
It's all your fault, JB.
How is it my fault?
It's all your fault.
It's all your
You're such a jerk.
It's the Q-Tip's fault.
Oh, you gotta be such a dick, JB.
Hut one, hut two. Hut. Kenny
I'm gonna super kick Darryl's phone.
Please don't.
Kenny and Nick are talking to Matt in the hotel room. They're trying to get him to write off on having an AEW combined event at CEO in Daytona, and because obviously Kenny's a big gamer, Matt and Nick not so much big gamers, but Nick's on board, but Matt's like, no, I don't want to, and he goes, "Get out of here! It's getting late. I want to make love to Mrs. Matt." She's like, "Nope, that ain't gonna happen."
Yeah, she didn't look too thrilled about that idea.
I think she gave the old Batista thumbs down on that one. We cut to a guy in a CEO chair. Yeah, he's sitting there playing a little Fire Pro Wrestling and rewatching an episode of Being the Elite where Michael Nakazawa is talking to Kenny Omega. Talking shit about gamers, I guess. And so he picks up the phone and calls Matt Jackson and says, Matt has no idea who this guy is, but this guy wants to hurt Michael Nakazawa. And so this is what gets Matt on board for the AEW at CEO at Daytona Beach. And so Matt even went as far as to say, "Would you kill him?" Well, may not go that far, but I'm still wondering why Michael Nakazawa is in Matt's head.
I think he's just disgusted at the fact that they wasted a signing on him.
He's wasted. He's pissed.
So at the Daytona event, this guy by the name of, I can't remember his name, whatever his name is, Jabali. There we go. He's gonna take on. Yeah, there you go, Jabroni. He's going to take on Michael Nakazawa in a hardcore match June 29th at Daytona Beach at the CEO Fighting Game Championships. It's going to be a co-branded with AEW. Some of the Elite got involved in that last year, so it'll be it's pretty cool to see that AEW is going to now, as a company, get involved with CEO this year. As we all know, as we all expected, of course, the top headline this week is the fact that the WWE announced that for the first time in the company's history, a women's match will close WrestleMania out when the Raw Women's Champion will take on Ronda Rousey will take on the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Of course, we all knew this was basically one of the final steps in the women's evolution, and with everything that's gone on this year, this was the perfect time to do it, and glad that it happened. The man said after the announcement, "I ran my mouth, put in the miles, took the bumps, and entertained the people until they couldn't deny me any longer. It's an emotional day just knowing I'll get to smash Ronnie and Shar in front of the whole world on the biggest stage possible. To the people, thank you. # I am the man." Internal response to Raw to the main event. The decision to go with the Raw Women's Championship main event seen internally as a major victory for the women's division and everyone involved in that storyline. Mike Johnson, PW Insider, was told that the decision came down to the wire between that match and Lesnar and Rollins for closing the show. That doesn't surprise me with Vince, does it?
Not at all.
Not one bit.
Not at all. And Ronda Rousey, you know, for someone who claims wrestling's fake, she sure takes kayfabe on Twitter seriously now. She tweeted, "I came, I saw, I changed the game. 3 women are going to headline WrestleMania this year. I won't hold my breath expecting thank yous, but you're all welcome anyways." Like I said, for someone that calls wrestling fake, she sure is taking being a heel on Twitter seriously.
Serious business, pal.
Latest inductees to the WWE Hall of Fame, as we had announced. Actually, we announced
like a month ago.
A long time ago. We thought it was going to be the first announcement. But Bret Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation have officially been announced. They are going to be in the Hall of Fame. Pretty cool segment they did on Monday Night Raw, showing the video montage while Natalya was in the ring. I thought that was a pretty cool moment there.
And apparently fucking Beefcake is going to round out the announcements next week.
That's my next story.
Brutus?
Yeah,
brother Brutai, brother.
That's my next.
The
cutting and strutting.
Cutting and strutting,
the
brother.
man with no name. The Zodiac.
Oh my God.
The Hart Foundation put together in 1985 after Vince McMahon purchased
the
Stampede.
Man.
Purchased Stampede Wrestling from Stu Hart. Of course, the rest was history from there. They made their debut as a team on April 20th, 1985, defeating a couple of Jabbas on WWF TV, and then quickly became the cornerstone of the tag team. Of course, shortly they added Jimmy Hart in as their manager and held the WWF Tag Team Championships on 2 occasions, once as heels and then later on as babyfaces before they broke up. Of course, they had one of their biggest feuds were with the British Bulldogs as well as with Demolition. Bret Hart will go in now as a 2-time Hall of Famer, and of course, Jim the Anvil Neidhart go in as a first-time Hall of Famer.
Let Owen in.
Yeah, no shit. And as Matt said, yes, it's been leaked that WHTZ in New York City is running advertisements pushing tickets for the Hall of Fame and has listed Brutus the Barber Beefcake among the inductees. So that is the final Hall of Famer that is going to be inducted into the 2019 class. Ed Leslie, born in Florida, of course, known as Brutus the Barber Beefcake, grew up with Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan, broke into the business with him, and they were even billed together as the Boulder Brothers. And before Beefcake became synonymous with the 80s and the WWE with his flamboyant persona and those gigantic scissors or hedge trimmers, whatever you want to call them.
As a child, I thought he had the coolest theme song.
And debuted as a heel.
I liked him as a kid too.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
Debuted as a heel in the '80s, being managed by Johnny Valiant. After a singles run challenging Hulk Hogan for the championship, he teamed with Greg the Hammer Valentine, forming the Dream Team. They captured the tag team titles from the U.S. Express, Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. And they had a feud with the British Bulldogs as well, losing to them at WrestleMania 2. course, Beefcake and Hogan had some famous feuds on the old Twitter down the road too, but apparently they've made up. So I wonder if Hogan will be inducting Beefcake.
Yes,
That's my bet.
Hogan will induct the what he used to call it in
Brother Brutai.
The disciple.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
He had so many names in WCW.
The disciple.
It has been announced that Hogan will be taking a part in the WrestleMania festivities. I'll get to that news later on. During the season finale of Total Bellas, it was announced that Nikki Bella has announced she has also retired as an active competitor, but has since seemed to have backpedaled from that statement. So, yeah, we'll see.
It was just for the show.
Yeah.
Just like our marriage.
Yeah, that too. I believe her retirement as much as Conor
damn,
McGregor.
pal.
I believe that retirement as much as Conor McGregor's retirement from MMA. So, you guys excited for that Bella's podcast, though?
No.
Nikki and Bree debuting their podcast. Already debuted today. So there you go.
Yeah, I'll listen to that. Never.
I'll listen to that with earmuffs on.
There you go. More on Allie's exit from Impact Wrestling. Her deal expired at the end of 2018. Was not signed to a new contract, making it possible to jump over to AEW. And word is, I think... Yeah, her last appearance for Impact Wrestling will be on this week's edition of Impact. She obviously won't be at this week's TV tapings, but so this week's edition of Impact will be her last one with the company. Impact Wrestling informed her in January that they were not renewing her deal. So basically, they made the decision that they were not re-signing Allie. So hey, it's their loss. AEW is probably going to do her better than they have ever done. So. Hey.
It's the first of many.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
They're so fucking dumb. That company is just mind-blowingly stupid.
WWE also made an announcement last week that they are going to sell Titan Tower. They're going to move to a new global headquarters. And what do you guys think of that? Selling the old Titan Tower.
I was surprised.
Yeah, me too.
I guess you know,
but it's a really old building.
Yeah,
so
eventually you gotta move on. You gotta
upgrade.
Yep. I mean, they moved into that building in '85. I don't know when it was built though. So it's hard telling when that was built. But
it's older than me, damn it.
Phew, that's old. Company anticipates the move into the new headquarters around 2021.
Then Matt will be the head writer.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, Vince isn't around.
Give us some jobs. Cody's hard at work making some trademarks. He has filed a trademark for Prince of Wrestling. Who's a good Prince of Wrestling? Battle Bowl, Bash at the Beach, and Bunkhouse Stampede also. Some other items he is trademarking. As for ratings, Total Bellas went up a little bit in their season finale, up to 448,000, which was about better than most of the season, but still a really terrible season for Total Bellas in their ratings. People stopped caring about them. Monday Night Raw continues to decline. Wow, going into WrestleMania, this ain't good. 2.58 million. 2.7 million to start, and a drop off to 2.4 million by hour 3. Not good for Raw, but obviously SmackDown is doing a lot better in terms of creative, and the ratings are showing as they have continuously gone up, and for the fourth week in a row, SmackDown's ratings have increased. As we do, obviously we're recording on Wednesday this week, so we have up-to-date SmackDown numbers. 2.93 million viewers for SmackDown. That's actually the biggest number in some time for SmackDown. You got to go back to SmackDown 1000 in October. Was the last time they pulled a big number that big. And that's a specialty show, so you got to go back even further. August 21st was the last time they pulled in an audience that big. So it's been quite a while for SmackDown. So Fox has got to be happy, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see where the ratings are a month from now.
True.
I don't think Fox really cares where the ratings are right now in the month of March. I think they're going to care a lot more about where those ratings are come September.
Yeah. All sorts of March to WrestleMania items in the Hidden Gems. March to WrestleMania 10 recently added with matches including Earthquake, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Quebecers, Yokozuna, and Lex Luger. Drop the Mic, of course, the rap battle show that is on TBS. Recent edition of Drop the Mic featured the New Day. And they took on the Queens of R&B, SWV. I did not see that episode yet, but I'm sure.
I did. It was funny as hell.
I bet it was with the New Day. I did not know SWV was still together. So,
They're not.
that's a blast from the 90s past, huh?
I've never even heard of them.
Sisters with Voices.
Yep.
I mean, I watched the rap battle on YouTube, but I mean, I've never heard of them.
I had to bring some soul to your life, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, they clearly lost that rap battle. They got friggin' New Day got gypped.
They did.
They got a spot on one of the best soundtracks of all time, the Above the Rim soundtrack.
Absolutely.
I love that soundtrack. Yes. Just to let you know, with WWE on Fox, it's around the corner. Fox is starting to air the new Fox coming this fall, and so they're starting to release video highlights and stuff with WWE SmackDown being a part of the family. Body camera footage was released on the arrest from Naomi and Jimmy Uso from February. And hey, guess what? Whoever reported originally about Jimmy being combative with an officer was apparently lying, as
TMZ.
As footage shows otherwise. But Uso was still arrested for disorderly conduct and obstruction of justice, probably because the cop told him to not get out of the car. I mean, yeah, you don't get out of the car when the cop tells you not to get out of the car, but yeah. Again.
That's what happens when you're drunk.
Yeah.
You don't listen.
Exactly. One of those classic game shows that was on Nickelodeon, Double Dare, it made its return recently, and there's going to be, starting on April 8th, a WWE Superstars Week that will feature superstars on Nickelodeon's game show there. No word yet on which talents will be appearing. I hope to God Braun Strowman's one of them. That would be
Good
awesome.
God.
Did you guys ever watch Double Dare back in the day?
I sure did. I
loved it
wanted
when
to
I
be
was
on
a
it.
kid.
Fucking
Yeah.
love it. I know I've not watched the new Double Dare yet, but yeah, I love it.
It's very much like the old Double Dare.
Yeah,
I've
my
watched a
son
couple
watches it
episodes.
now. Yeah,
It's cool
pretty
they
much
still
the
have
same.
Mark Summers there doing stuff.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the fact judge. He like stands on like the sidelines and says random shit throughout the episode.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like, that's cool. They didn't forget about him.
Yeah, Mark Summers was awesome. The one I always remembered was the pick your nose one. Trying to find the flag up the nose, all the boogers and shit.
He loves boogers.
Yeah. Yeah, Double Dare was so fun. As we announced on Lost the Midcard last week, Sue Atchison is this year's Warrior Award winner, and Vince McMahon took to Twitter and said, with her tireless work over more than 3 decades at WWE, Sue Atchison helped put smiles on countless faces, including my own. Congratulations, Sue, on being named Warrior Award recipient of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2019. So some kind words from the chairman.
Shout out to the fake Sue who followed me on Twitter last week.
you have a fake Sue following you on Twitter.
Yep.
That's epic.
Matt's the man.
I was just like, this account isn't real.
Rey Mysterio filed a trademark for the name Prince Mysterio, possibly for future usage by Dominic, who's probably going to get choked out by Joe on Tuesday.
Booyakah.
Should have already fucking happened.
Yep.
Undertaker and Michelle McCool at the Performance Center this week in Tampa. And
Dead jobbers walking.
Santino Marella is going to be down there as a guest coach later on in the month.
And no one gave a flying fuck.
And as of March 20th, Fighting With My Family has grossed $21 million at the box office.
I finally watched it.
It was good. I liked it.
It was good.
Like I said, they changed a lot of history.
They definitely did.
It was still an enjoyable movie.
Vince likes to do that anyway, so hey.
Oh man, fucking Vince.
Sanford, Florida NXT live event. Robbie E, now going as Robert Strauss, made his debut.
Yeah, he was using that on the Independents recently, though. So I mean, they're still letting him use that.
E or Strauss? Using Robbie E or Robert Strauss?
Robert Strauss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds like he's going.
Yeah, that's been a gimmick he recreated on the Indies a while back.
Yeah, he. So it looks like. Yeah, he looks like he was in some tag action there in Florida.
It's all about that tag action.
For the first time in years, I think probably since the Silverdome incident, WWE is bringing in Hulk Hogan for WrestleMania 35 weekend. PW Insider has confirmed with multiple sources it'll be the first time Hogan has attended WrestleMania since 31. So it's a year after the Silverdome incident.
He did the NWDX battle during
Sting Triple H.
During Sting and Triple H. Yep.
So Hogan being brought into WrestleMania, perhaps the final piece of the puzzle for Hogan to return to the WWE full time. As we just said, he probably will be used as the guy to induct Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Maybe he'll be used in some kind of backstage segment or something in WrestleMania. Who knows? Or maybe he'll be the one that interrupts Elias.
Will you stop?
Rise of the Renegades is the MLW show that's going to happen in New York City during WrestleMania weekend. And just signed for that event is Rey Fenix taking on Airwolf. Airwolf is a recent signee of MLW. Heard good things about him. Have you guys heard of Airwolf?
I haven't.
I've not seen him.
I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I heard he's pretty damn good. So I'll have to check that out. New match added to the Supercard, Roosh and Dalton Castle.
Roosh the douche.
There it is.
And the main event has been announced for ROH's return to Baltimore that these guys don't want to go for free, and I don't blame them. Triple threat. Hey, yeah, you guys are missing out on a triple threat tag team match for this main event, you know.
Boo-hoo. I'm so sad.
Lifeblood taking on the Kingdom, taking on Jay Lethal and Jeff Cobb.
I have a recliner that needs me.
That says a lot about the state of Ring of Honor right now. That says everything you need to know about Ring of Honor.
I watch Ring of Honor with Matt next Saturday, man. I'm out. Free tickets, my ass. I'm good.
In the surprise of absolutely nobody, IWGP Heavyweight Champion Jay White is going to defend his title against Kazuchika Okada at G1 Supercard in Madison Square Garden. The card is now set. We have now ROH Champion Jay Lethal taking on Marty Scurll and Matt Taven in a ladder match. White and Okada. IWGP Tag Champions Guerrillas of Destiny taking on the ROH Tag Champions PCO and Brody King, taking on the Briscoes, taking on Evil and Sonata. Both titles are on the line, so I'm assuming whoever gets pinned, the winner gets those. Like, what happens if, like, a non? I don't know what I don't even know why I'm asking this question, but what if a team that doesn't have titles gets pinned? No titles change hands?
Probably not.
It says both titles are each on the line, but I don't fucking what's going on here? Delirious?
I blame Matt.
Yeah, it's all my fucking fault.
This won't suck. Taji Ishimori dragged Liam Bandito for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
That's going to be a lot of ooh, ah, ouch.
This won't suck either. Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. This won't suck either. ROH TV Champion Jeff Cobb taking on never openweight champion. I said never overweight champion. They should add that. Hashtag never overweight champion Beer City Bruiser.
Wow.
ROH TV Champion Jeff.
I'm pretty sure he's consistently overweight.
ROH TV Champion Jeff Cobb takes on never openweight champion Will Ospreay. That match won't suck. Women of Honor champion Mayu Iwatani takes on Kelly Klein. Please don't change the title. IWGP Intercontinental Champion Tetsuya Naito takes on Kota Ibushi.
Yes.
I would not mind a title change there. That'd be cool to see Ibushi take that. As I just mentioned, Castle and Roosh Douche. Bully Ray against a mystery opponent in New York City street fight. Who that might have been Flip until we.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it might have been Flip Gordon.
But
no.
I've got updated news on Flip. Unfortunately, he is not going to be back. Bully Ray Tommy Dreamer.
I don't want to see that.
Bully
like when
Ray.
haven't we seen that already?
That's true. Okay, what would you like to see? Since we know it's not going to be Flip anymore.
CM Punk.
Okay.
Come on, Phil.
He called out Punk on the pay-per-view.
He did
I'm
say
just
Punk.
saying.
You punk.
Okay. Yeah, if that's all it takes is calling out Punk on a pay-per-view, fuck. Somebody should have done it 5 years ago.
I don't know. It'll be somebody stupid. Like it was probably going to be Flip, and now they're going to have to scramble.
It'll be delirious.
It'd be like Rhett Titus
Oh
or
my
something.
god, if it's delirious, just shoot me now.
Rhett Titus. 30-man Honor Rumble with Jushin Thunder Liger as the first announced competitor. And there you go. That's a good lineup. I mean,
It's decent.
Yeah.
The show from a wrestling standpoint should be very good.
What day is it on again? Hall of Fame night?
Saturday, yeah, Hall of Fame.
Saturday, yeah.
I still have. I think I still have Honor Club. I need to check.
He still has it, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I have it till the end of April. So I don't know how to check, but I don't know. If I don't have it, I don't have it.
Big dummy.
If I don't have it, I don't have it. If I have it, I have it.
Do you have Fight?
Fight? Well, I could download Fight, but
It's free for all Fight Honor Club members.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Fight!
What?
Wow.
Fight!
It sounds like Cornette on drugs.
He does.
Motherfucker!
You motherfucker! Yeah, I don't know when my Honor Club ends, so
Mine doesn't until the summertime.
I'm thinking end of April, but I don't know. We'll see. Stokely Hathaway also debuted at an NXT live show in Tampa, Florida on March 22nd. He is now known as Count Moore and is managing Babatunde. So that dude's a beast.
What?
What?
Exactly. And it's funny, he took on a guy whose nickname is The Beast, Nick Comoroto, who I've never heard of, but
Brock Lesnar?
no.
Okay.
Some jobber.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the jobber.
John Sepulveda for GNS Professional Wrestling in Rhode Island has filed a trademark for Lethal Lottery, which was a concept used at Starrcade 91 as part of the Battle Bowl concept, which match consisted of randomized teams competing to advance in competition.
Oh no!
Which was interesting because Cody filed the Battle Bowl trademark just a little bit ago. And of course,
where there's smoke, there's fire, brother.
What, brother? What, brother?
Brother. Oh, brother.
Oh my God! When is what's the April date on Supercard? April what?
I don't know. The day before WrestleMania. What?
April
like,
what? 6th, I
or
believe.
something.
I became a member of Honor Club on April 6, 2018.
I wonder if they cancel you that date or not.
They probably will, them fuckers.
No, they probably will cancel you at midnight that night.
It'd be like, sorry about your damn luck.
Yeah, midnight.
No G1 card for you.
As soon as midnight strikes on
No,
No
you know-
G1 card for you.
You know when they'll cut them off? They'll cut them off like 5 minutes before the show starts.
Oh, they'll cut me off at the first entrance. Like,
Oh, you want to see this show? Too bad. Click.
yeah, the first entrance, first guy's coming out, and that's when they're gonna cut me off. It's like, you motherfucker, you'd leave us when the elite leave us. Fuck you.
Oh, if your product didn't suck a dick, we wouldn't have left you.
Facts.
True.
I mean, it's not just all about the elite, but your product just hasn't been very good lately.
This sports break is brought to you by baseball, because baseball starts tomorrow. Rob Gronkowski, one of the greatest tight ends to play the game, he announced his retirement at age 29. Of course, why is this relevant? Of course, he had a little WrestleMania moment, and do you guys think he might be involved in the WWE or pro wrestling?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like a full-time type of deal?
Like, I think like probably more of a Brock Lesnar type of deal. But I definitely I foresee them using him, and I guarantee you the second he retired, Mojo was blowing up his phone. Bro, please come on with WWE. You need to save my fucking career. They haven't used me on TV in months, except for when I'm talking to a fucking mirror. Y'all need to save. You need to save my ass, bro.
Bro, you ain't on the other side of the mirror, bro.
I feel like the only reason Mojo Rawley hasn't been released from his WWE deal yet is because he's friends with Mojo. It's because he's friends with Gronk.
He's friends with himself too. Yeah, that's good.
You know what I meant, damn it.
Hey, if I could be serious for a minute.
Not on this show.
Lance Storm is going to be the guest referee for the April 28th match between Brian Cage and Johnny Impact at the Rebellion pay-per-view in Toronto. He's also been working.
I have no fucks to give.
Also, I think Lance Storm's been working as a producer for Impact lately, but if it happens on Pursuit, does anybody even see it?
What is Pursuit?
A Troville Pursuit Network. At the MLW Battle Riot event on April 5th during WrestleMania weekend, the World Middleweight Championship is now going to be on the line when Teddy Hart's going to face Ace Austin. So if you're going to go check out any MLW stuff over the weekend, if you're up in New York for the WrestleMania weekend stuff there, that match has just been added to the card. And in the ever-growing list of names getting cut, Mustafa Ali has now joined that list. He's now just being called Ali.
Fuck off, Vince.
And Drew Gulak said, in the honor of Ali changing his build name, I will be now changing my build name to Adele. Oh, true. Oney Lorcan is now an official member of the 205 Live roster there. I don't know if that's really going to...
The crowd going mild.
Yeah. I think he's better off being in NXT, but... guaranteed that we're going to have a little live performance during the last match of WrestleMania 35, as it has been announced that Joan Jett is going to play Ronda Rousey to the ring at WrestleMania 35.
We don't give a damn about her bad reputation.
That too. Former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez, he's going to be jumping into pro wrestling. He's going to make his debut at Triple Mania on August 3rd for AAA. And yes, unfortunately, Ring of Honor announced that Flip Gordon re-injured his knee and will not appear in Baltimore, and will not appear in the he will not appear in the Road to G1 Supercard in Baltimore on March 31st. Here coming up this weekend, he suffered an MCL tear in his knee during a match in January and was medically cleared to return to the ring, and competed in a match in Northern Ireland for Over the Top Wrestling on March 24th. Woke up and his knee locked up. He was able to make the flight home, visit his doctor. There's a concern that Gordon may have suffered a bucket handle meniscus tear. require surgery and keep him out for another 4 to 6 months. Extent of the injury is not yet known until the MRI exam is in. Gordon will still appear at the Festival of Honor on Friday, April 5th at Madison Square Garden, though.
I had free tickets to that, too.
They're just giving it away.
Damn.
You got some meet and greets here. Jay Lethal for 30, Jeff Cobb for 30. You could beat the Villain Enterprises for 40. I would rather just pay 30 for Marty Scurll, and yeah. Bandito, Dalton Castle, Juice Robinson, Roosh Douche, and the Kingdom, all three of them.
Word.
For $40.
It just changed his mind. Daryl's going now.
Yep, Daryl's over.
I met those guys for free. I'm good. Me and Matt Taven are on good terms.
Good friends.
Today, March 27th, as we record, the XFL may have lost, maybe losing competition already. As USA Today reported that the Alliance of American Football could be in danger of folding just after launching a few months after the league's the league's majority owner Tom Dundon. The league's majority owner Tom Dundon told USA Today that if they don't work out an agreement with the Players Association to use some of their young players from the NFL roster, for example, third-string quarterbacks and rookies and et cetera, they're going to have to look at a number of potential options, including folding.
This is a disaster. And it's such a shame because I've enjoyed what I've watched of that league this year.
Yeah.
So the fact that they might not even be around to go up against Vince is disappointing. And the fact that Vince just sold 3 million shares of WWE stock today to fund this stupid thing.
Did he do that? Did he do that like after he heard the news? You think?
I think so.
He's like,
let's make sure I have enough money. Damn it!
Oh, my dick is hard
We
now,
sell
pal.
4% of WWE stock and fucking make sure I can fund this shit forever.
That
Now we gotta
AAF,
sign up all their players.
they pulled an XFL. Oh, pal. Oh,
idiot.
yeah, because the next story is Vince sold 3 million shares of stock, which comes up to $270 million in capital for Alpha Entertainment, and as a result, WWE stock dropped 1% in after-hours trading.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks, Vince.
He's making moves.
Seriously, yeah, that news came out this morning, I think, late in the morning. So yeah, Vince, like right before market close price, said, "Sell it."
He's such a douche.
I was looking at Instagram this afternoon, and I saw a little post from Bray Wyatt, and it was a pregnant belly with some arms around it. And I'm like, oh, that's where JoJo's been. And then not too long after that,
baby.
and not too long after that, JoJo posted on her own account announcing the pregnancy that Bray and JoJo are expecting a baby.
It's the buzzards.
Baby Bray.
I was wondering where JoJo had been, and there's your answer. And the baby's coming in June. So, and the baby's name is going to be Nash, K-N-A-S-H.
Middle name Kevin.
Middle surname Quad.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. NXT this week kicks off with with Goldie in the ring, followed by Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, and that was a pretty damn good promo between those two gentlemen, wasn't it?
I loved it.
Man.
Crowd was fucking hot for it too.
Oh man, the crowd would not stop with the dueling chants. As much as Adam Cole tried to heel it up and tell him he didn't care about him, that they still chanted for him. And of course,
We know you're just saying that because you have to. You love us.
Exactly. We know you're the NWO of this generation. We love you for it. Yeah, and we basically get Johnny Gargano back, the Johnny Gargano we know and love. Obviously, I think the story was written for Gargano to beat Ciampa at Takeover New York, but
Yep.
now that Ciampa is hurt and probably out for a year, I think Adam Cole has to win this, and I think then Gargano has to chase and go through the struggles.
I absolutely disagree.
You disagree? I think he's got to chase and go through the struggles of trying to get through the Undisputed Era before.
Everybody has seen Gargano chase more than long enough.
Yep.
He has to win.
He has to win it.
Unless he's going up to the main roster the Monday after Mania and he's there for good. Like, if he's not getting called up, he has to win that title.
I just think there's
that Full Sail crowd will never believe in him again if he doesn't get the job done in Brooklyn.
I just think
he has to win.
I think there's a plan, maybe there's still. I mean, there's a plan in place. I think that by the end of the year, Undisputed is going to have all the gold.
Well, no, and I agree with you. I do think by the end of the year, the Era will have all the gold. But I don't think they start with Cole and Brooke.
Okay.
Like I said, unless Gargano's getting called up, which is a distinct possibility. He could be up there full time after Mania for all we know.
I mean, look
but
at how
if he's not and he's staying down there, dude needs to get that title.
I mean, look at how Ricochet and Black have been. Look at their receptions on the main roster. I mean, they're getting pops, man. People are loving. People probably. I bet you half the people in that crowd didn't know who they were when they came up, and now look, everybody's in love with those two guys now. You know, because they're being booked correctly.
Yeah, imagine that.
Unlike EC3,
booking somebody earns fan support. What a fucking novel ass concept.
Just fucking send EC3 back to NXT for the love of God, and have him fucking fight for the title or something.
Shit, I think he'd probably be rather back with his Aunt Dixie.
Yeah.
I think he's checking the clock to see what he can go all elite.
Facts.
A hell of a promo, and the Era joined him on stage to end the promo. 2 out of 3 falls. Where we're going to get there. So we're going to get not a defined champion. We're going to get an undisputed champion, says Adam Cole. Baby. First match of the evening, the newly formed team of Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah. They sure seem like they want to put these guys up against Sasha Banks and Bayley sometime, don't they?
I don't know.
To get squashed. Hey, good to see Lacey Lane and Casey Catanzaro on TV though. Lacey Lane, I think was Casey in the Mae Young Classic as well?
Yeah, they both were.
I know Lacey was, of course, and Lacey trained with the Dudleys. Casey appeared in the Royal Rumble as well, and had a good showing in the Royal Rumble. Match didn't get too far in before Shayna and Marina and Jessamine interrupted, and well, the heels knew better. They got out of the way, and the bad girls took over and beat up the other ladies. But Casey got a little bit of offense on Shayna Baszler, but the Kirifuda clutch took over eventually. Bro. Matt Riddle took on Matt Riddle took on Kona Reeves. How fucking cool was that when they wheeled Dream out on a couch? Those two ladies.
I laughed.
That was so fucking cool.
I wonder if they're PC girls. I wonder if there are people training in the Performance Center right now.
They probably are. I'd assume so.
I didn't recognize either of them.
I said this on Twitter tonight. During NXT, I said, if this feud continues past New York, this could be a feud of the year candidate. If they can continue this out, I could see this going. I could see this being the feud of the year. I don't know if it's going to go past New York, but we'll see. And it'd be kind of interesting if Dream wins a feud of the year back to back. It says a lot about Dream. But wheeling him out on the couch, that was fucking brilliant. I loved it. But that only gave Kona Reeves the distraction advantage for a brief amount of time before Riddle beat the fuck out of him, and then hit the bro mission. And then after the match, Riddle comes up to the map and up the ramp and drinks out of the cup and says that he'll see him in New York, bro. Next week we find out Kairi Sane will take on Bianca Belair. Undefeated. Main event. God damn, this was good. Finals of the Dusty Classic. Aleister Black and Ricochet took on Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake from the Forgotten Sons. Definitely the best that the Forgotten Sons have looked, haven't they?
I forgot.
I thought it was a tremendous match with these guys. And so Aleister Black and Ricochet add their names to the trophy to go along with Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, AOP, and the Undisputed Era to be the fourth winners of the Dusty Cup. Black and Ricochet will take on the War Raiders at NXT TakeOver New York. And the War Raiders came out to stare down the challengers to close out NXT this week.
That might be match of the night next Friday night.
Man. That whole card, dude, Dunn and Walter, that's going to be brutal as fuck. I can't wait for that one. Just a whole night, you know. What are you guys' feelings of the Fatal 4-Way for the women?
I'm not sure yet. I'll save that for next week. I'm really not sure yet.
Well, I'm not talking about winning, just the fact of the match itself.
Oh, I mean, it's so much talent there. So I just think that it could probably be one of the best matches of the night. I don't think it will be, but I think it might steal the show. Do you think it was the right call over a one-on-one with Io Shirai? Yeah, because you have, like I said, there's so much talent there. Like you can't just say, okay, well, we're just going to exclude Bianca, or we're going to exclude Kairi, or we're going to exclude Io. Like, you can't do that. So they did the best thing possible to showcase all of the talent in the women's division that they have.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected that was the result of what was going to be the women's match. But hey, you know,
I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't surprised.
I hope Io and Kairi throw down. That'll be I bet. Oh man, New York's going to pop when they stare each other down. You know it.
Yeah.
Oh God, what else is on that card? North American Championship, Dreamin' Riddle. We already covered that. It's going to be 5 titles.
Cole and Gargano, Dreamin' Riddle, War Raiders, Ricochet, and Ricochet, and Black. Sheesh.
Yep. Usually it's 4 titles in a grudge match, but
right.
we got the UK title in there. So
it's Mania, baby.
Yeah, I was not expecting the Dunn and Walter announcement.
No, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't know it would be added to. Well, I mean, of course, I don't know when they're expecting another UK takeover. Have they said?
Not that I know of. But I figured that match was possibly going to be over in New York.
Yeah, I can't wait though. That's gonna be fun. I think the legendary reign of Dunn is over. I think.
Yeah, I think Walt's gonna kill him.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get into that more next week. Let's go to Raw from Boston. Beantown. Matt, overall, Raw was again kind of right?
It was better than last week.
It was.
I mean, I know that's like damning it with faint praise, but it was still better. It was still a better show than last week's show.
Low bar, right? We have a beat the clock challenge that meant absolutely jack and shit.
Yeah, it wasn't a great way to start the show.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, you get like 3 1-minute matches. What do you do?
Yay!
Becky Lynch ended up beating the clock. Finn was to take on Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush in a handicap match. If he won, he would get a title rematch at WrestleMania. Due to the attack of Braun Strowman beating the holy hell out of him last week on Raw, Leo was not cleared to compete, so he found Jinder Mahal to replace him. Wow, Leo. Jinder? Really?
Yeah, Jinder's a former WWE champion, dude.
Well, 6 minutes and Jinder took the pin. And then we show backstage, and we saw a backstage video on Twitter, and a little something interesting here, wasn't it, boys? What did Bobby say?
He was going to beat the demon out of Finn.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Elias,
Told that was coming.
Elias is in Times Square warming up. Some guy, he was drinking some coffee, and some guy put a quarter in his cup. I like the other segment too later on.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
The Revival took on Alistair and Ricochet, not for the titles.
Straight week.
Yeah, well, I think this was I don't know. I think this is just I don't know. I don't know. It's Vince, so it's just that's our answer for everything WrestleMania season. Obviously, yeah. The Revival attacked them on stage last week, so this started off in a melee. 10 minutes, Aleister Black and Ricochet get the win. Obviously, to set up the tag team title match, which I'm hoping to God the Revival cost them against the War Raiders, and then sets up Black and Ricochet winning the titles at WrestleMania. Triple H, he listens to the show because Darryl, did I not predict Gargano and Cole before the tapings, right?
Facts.
So Triple H listens to the show. So Triple H call Scott and Dash and have them go down to Barclays on Friday night. Let them know what match the tag title match is, and go from there. Drew McIntyre came out, and Roman accepts the challenge of Drew McIntyre and says, "Don't talk about my wife and kids again," and punched him in the mouth. Good stuff there. I thought I'm excited, much like Shane, not on the level of Shane and Miz, but the work that these two guys have done lately, it's made me a little more excited for the match. Same for you guys?
Yeah.
I'm honestly not really excited about a whole lot going on in this WrestleMania card.
I'm actually excited about it. I'm excited about the title matches that they do have.
I'm excited.
Look, I'm excited. Look, I'm excited about Kofi and Bryan, and I'm excited about the women's triple threat. But honestly, those were two matches that were created organically, and WWE decided to put their fingerprints all over it and fuck it up and make it not as anticipated for me as it once was.
Yeah.
Right.
So thanks, Vince.
Drew backstage, and Ambrose walks up to him and goes, "Oh, you called me a cockroach, eh? Well, how about a last man standing match?" And Drew goes, "I don't know how you're standing right now, but you won't after tonight." And I'm like, all right, more no DQ matches between these two guys. I'll take it. Sasha and Natalya, again, got interrupted by Botchamania and her Samoan friend Tamina. And, this would be a great tag team build if it wasn't for Nia and Tamina being in the match, right?
I just realized you call her Botchamania. Oh my god.
Well, seriously, dude, if you can't support the massive weight of Sasha Banks at when Sasha Banks, she couldn't hold Sasha Banks up at Fastlane. She fell over. Nia fell over from the weight of Sasha Banks.
You called her Botchamania.
I normally gave her a pass where Matt never did, but that at Fastlane, man.
That's because you're more forgiving than Matt is.
That took the Fastlane took the cake for me when when Sasha got on her hopped on her shoulders and she couldn't support that. Come on. Bailey could have supported that weight.
JB's having his moment, Matt.
Better late than never.
Saki.
God.
There it is.
He had to ruin it.
As I mentioned, they showed the Hart Foundation clip while Natalya was in the ring, and they showed her in tears with Beth hugging her. That was a pretty cool little moment there in the ring that they had there. Kurt Angle interviewed by Charlie Caruso, and Angle said he was honored to compete against Chad Gable and Apollo Crews, but
those guys were just jobbers, and now the real competition starts tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Samoa Joe. And Corbin shows up and says, Angle's, the fans are thanking you because you should have retired 10 years ago. And after WrestleMania, the headlines will read, Olympic gold medalist disgraced himself against Baron Corbin. And Angle said, screw you.
Did you hear what type of gear that Corbin's wrestling at Mania?
Chili's? Chili
No,
server?
He's not going to be a server. He's going to be dressed as the owner of TGI Fridays this time.
Oh. What's the owner of TGI Fridays wear?
We'll see next Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord.
A moment of bliss with the beautiful Alexa Bliss leads to Michael Che and Colin Jost becoming participants in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Yay.
Why?
Yay.
Because they hate us.
Yay.
You just got to bring one celebrity into Mania, huh?
Damn, pal.
And they're not even real celebrities.
Pete Rose. Where's Pete Rose at when we need him?
Shit, I'd rather take Pete Rose.
Man, him and Kane had a great feud.
Shit, at this point, I'll even take the kid from Empire that fake got his ass whooped.
I take his lawyer.
Jesus Christ.
The Snickers commercial with Rude and Gable was pretty funny because a lot of people got fooled thinking it was actually Rod. Seth Rollins comes out and talks. Paul Heyman comes out and talks. A glorious shot of a kid going blah 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 while Heyman's talking. He became the gif of the day for everybody on the internet. Rollins intimidating Heyman and just laughing at him when he was getting scared shitless. That kid reacted to Heyman was so funny though, wasn't it? Kurt and Samoa Joe, nice little nod from their feud in TNA with the headbutt to start. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that took me back.
Unfortunately, Kurt is just not at the level that he used to be. So, yeah, it's a farewell tour. So we just got to enjoy. These are the last. Got to just enjoy the last matches, right?
Matt, how do you feel about Kurt's retirement tour?
His knees are terrible right now.
His whole body is terrible.
Yeah, his whole body is terrible.
Okay, well, what the hell do you want me to say?
Say what you feel.
I just think if you're on a retirement tour, you shouldn't be beating all the people that are going to be around once you're gone. Especially the current United States champion.
Facts.
At least it was kind of a fluky pin. So.
I mean, I get it because of those are like his famous feuds, but nah.
Triple H come out and read a letter from Batista's lawyer, and the letter said, "Give me what I want, what I really, really want."
That shit was hilarious.
That was the
job
joke.
To the envelope.
That's right. The envelope was the envelope was had a foreign object in his pocket and wouldn't and used it, and yeah. Hunter had a little trouble getting that envelope out, but
he freestyled that whole promo.
That was great. And of course that was the big joke between the back and forth between Batista and Triple H 2 weeks ago was with the Spice Girls song. So that was pretty funny that Hunter.
Give me what I want.
That was pretty funny that Hunter acknowledged that. And Hunter called him a self-deluded douchebag. And so the moral of the story is, well, you want me to put my wrestling career on the line at Mania? You got it, you self-deluded douchebag.
Please don't let this be Hunter's last match.
No. Batista's taking
for that.
Batista's looking at the lights on his way out the DOOR. Hopefully Kurt Angle isn't, but I'm afraid he might be too.
Kurt can go.
I think Kurt and Batista are wrestling and losing their final matches.
So is it Triple H and Batista career versus career, or just
no? I think Matt was in agreement with me that we both think this is Batista's swan song for wrestling.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You still think so, Matt?
Yeah, I think he's done.
Hollywood's calling, right?
I mean, I'm with
he
you.
has nothing. He has nothing more left to prove.
Dude.
I mean, he's only coming back and doing this because he loves this stuff.
And Marvel paying a whole hell of a lot.
He got James Gunn back too, right?
He did.
Hmm.
Then Last Man Standing, which you can't do in 10 minutes, but it was still a lot of fun. Not as good as their other no DQ matches, but Drew McIntyre gets the win still. Kind of a weird end to Raw. I think they realized they ran out of time. I'm thinking.
We're out of time.
10 minutes for a Last Man Standing match. Oh shit! I guess we're not killing Ambrose this week.
No, we're not.
SmackDown Live this week is from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. New Day come out, and they're looking a little happy. A lot of Kofi chants because we still believe in Kofi Mania. And Xavier told us if they could be serious for a minute. And said the last few months have been an emotional roller coaster. Big E talks about how they've been together for almost 5 years as the New Day. 5?
5.
Which, it's been incredible. And there are all sorts of chants from the WWE Universe. And they were all thanking them for everything that they've been along the way. They thought about walking away. The fans didn't like that idea.
They should have been said, it's okay, we're going all elite.
Yeah, there you go. We got some elite options. Ooh. Woods said the hardest... When that had been something. Woods said the hardest thing is watching how poorly Kofi's been treated, not just recently, but for 11 years. Big E said the power of positivity is not a catchphrase. Kofi exudes the power of positivity. That man does not know the word quit. Woods says that they need to make a decision, but can't make that decision until they get some answers. And the only guy that can answer those questions is Mr. McMahon. And they need Vince to get his ass out here right now.
Captain Old Fart.
Get your dumb ass out here now.
Yeah. For being an old fart, he sure answered the bell pretty quickly. He came out pretty quick. And Vince says, before I was going to say what he wanted to say, but he was interrupted by the Planet's champion, Dana Bryan, along with Rowan. And he said, let him quit. Let him go to All Elite. No, he didn't say that, but he says the New Day is a stale novelty act. He can replace them with 3 new guys from NXT and call them Fresh Afternoon.
That was funny.
They can throw waffles into the crowd. They'll be more popular than the New Day ever was. I doubt that because those guys sold a fuck ton of merchandise. Because Kofi's, but Kofi's no more than a B+ player because we all know who was called a B+ player 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Brian said Kofi lost it at Fastlane. He lost last week. He lost at Elimination Chamber. You know, he's a loser. He's not championship material. And Woods claimed that Brian's scared to face Kingston one-on-one. And Brian has turned into everything that he used to hate and used to fight against. Woods said the reality is Brian has turned into a hypocrite. Vince said, oh, we haven't heard him say this in a while. Vince goes, shut up!
I was waiting for Matt.
Vince laughed at the fact that New Day were thought about quitting and said, there's not a bone in your body that says you're going to quit. That's just psychological crap. Kofi, you will always be a B-plus player. Brian is correct. Now the question is Big E and Xavier a B-plus tag team? Well, Kofi, you're not going to get any more opportunities for WrestleMania, pal, but Big E and Woods, if they can win the 85th gauntlet match we've had on the road to WrestleMania, Kofi's in. What'd you guys think of the opening segment with Brian and Kofi and Brian, New Day, and Vince? Okay.
Yeah, basic.
I thought it took a lot of wind out of the sails of the entire feud, in my opinion.
Well, I think
it's once again Vince interjected himself into shit that he doesn't belong in, and
he just needs to let that shit.
Cute and trying to put his stamp over everything to the point where it waters down, the organic thing that was happening to begin with.
Vince.
Well, that's the problem right there. Like half the time, some of the best matches or best feuds is just shit that happens organically without dum-dum doing stupid shit and want to show up and add gauntlet matches every 3 weeks and some more shit. Just let that shit develop.
Becky Lynch was interviewed by Shara Schreiber. I was wondering who that was. And as she was being interviewed, Charlotte's music hit, and that's where we learned she was fighting Asuka, and then that's where we learned she was, it was for the title, and we've already talked about that ad nauseum. Good match, though. It was a good match between the two ladies. Went about 18 minutes, but we talked about that whole thing at the top of the show. So if you forgot about it, well, rewind. Wow. Yeah, again, rewind because we don't need to go through that again. Were you guys a little pissed about cutting off AJ and Kurt?
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
And that angle slam on Randy was a little sloppy too, wasn't it?
When the angle slam was a Samoan drop.
It was an angle drop.
That's what it is. Yeah, angle dropped him.
Ray and Dominic were interviewed by Kayla Braxton. Dominic says Joe only cares about himself. Oh, they're setting it up for next Tuesday, aren't they? Oh, Dominic opened his mouth. Oh, he didn't put respect in that. He didn't put respect on that name, did he? Dominic's getting choked out next week, boys.
Oh, Joe just chokes him out in Mania.
I'd rather do it on the go home show. Put a little more fuel on that fire. If not, then just put.
Yeah, but then I'm worried they might let Ray win.
Yeah. If they don't do the choke out on the go home show, you might as well put this on the kickoff show because they haven't done anything between these two guys in terms of a build. It sucks because Joe finally is at Mania, but they haven't done a build. So this could be the odd man out because there's been no build. Miz come out. And again, I thought Miz and Shane. Again, I'm really excited for this match because I thought Miz and Shane did another great job here on SmackDown. Shane, of course, brought out tons of security plus all the people that aren't doing anything on SmackDown, like Primo Cologne, Shelton Benjamin, and Sanity. And Shane, of course, making fun of Miz's father and. He eventually crossed the line, and Miz beat up the security guys, beat up the people that are jobbing every week on SmackDown, and eventually Sanity took over, got a little bit of an advantage. Miz finally kind of started beating up on Sanity, and that's when Shane realized, I better get out. I better get out of here. So I really liked what they've done with Shane and Brian so far. So then we get to the gauntlet match. Actually, no. Before that, we get the announcement from the Iconics that they're in the tag team title match at WrestleMania. It'll be
Iconic
I just did the pose.
Good. Gauntlet match. First up. Hey, Gallows and Anderson, welcome back to SmackDown Live. You get beat in 2 minutes. Can't wait to see you in AEW.
My God.
Rusev and Nakamura were up next. Nakamura taking the pin. Nakamura, can't wait to see you in AEW. Actually, I wonder if he goes back to New Japan.
I don't think so.
You think
I've heard he's very happy in the U.S. with his family. So
AEW.
I think he goes AEW.
Yep.
Rusev probably right behind him. And Lana,
I sure as fuck hope so.
Lana too. After you saw Lana tweeting, she's salty.
Lana is the best. Lana number one.
She's very salty.
The bar up next, and they got by the bar, and the Usos come out, and the Usos are on the mics and said, "You've already earned our respect. We forfeit." How cool was that? That was pretty damn cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I called it.
Yeah, Matt.
What do you think? Let me ask you this. Let me put this idea out there. It's just an idea, nothing more.
An idea.
Because the Usos forfeited the match, it pisses Vince off and put them in a special match for the tag titles at Mania.
I think I thought that exact same thing.
Good, having a 50 tag team
ladder match.
Ladder match.
Yeah.
I thought the exact same thing last night. I was like, yeah, I completely forgot about the repercussions of this. I think Vince punishes them by putting them in a ladder match for the titles with multiple teams.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that last night.
Pal.
I've completely forgot about that until you brought that up.
I'm smart.
Yep. Vince is gonna punish the Usos for doing that. But that was still how cool was that though?
That was cool. Much respect to those guys.
That was awesome.
The Usos will have their own gauntlet match on the kickoff show.
And
to defend the tag team titles, and the last team will be the Hardy Boys.
Delete.
How great was the energy for the fifth and final match with being the final opponents being Dana Bryan and Eric Rowan. The energy for that final group, that final match was just the match itself, the crowd. That was just pretty damn cool at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
it's enjoyable stuff, pal.
Like Big E's miraculous comeback. I thought that was well booked. Like he was getting the bar put him through a table, and and he kind of fired back with that kind of Uranagi in the corner there. I thought that was pretty damn cool. And of course, the win by flipping the table over on Rowan.
That was cool.
Win. So you kind of draw out the drama with a 10 count for the crowd to just go nuts when Mike Chioda counts 10. And New Day wins, and so hey, all right, Vince, how you gonna fuck it up some more?
It's Kofi Mania.
And Vince says,
I'll figure out a way, damn it.
Vince says, no, he's going to WrestleMania. But can a B-plus player beat Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship? So Vince told Kayla Braxton that it's official. Bryan, Kofi, Mania. I told you guys. I told you at the top of the show last week. Don't fret. Kofi Mania is still alive. So there you go. It's official. And check out, go to WWE's YouTube. New Day had an emotional reaction to the Gauntlet match. It's about a 5-minute video post SmackDown. Check it out. It is absolutely phenomenal, guys. Very cool stuff from the New Day there. So check that out. So there you go, guys. Finally, it's over. Vince can't possibly fuck this up anymore, can he?
Don't never say never.
Yeah. He said it himself. The B-plus players going to Mania. He said it himself. So just go to the XFL.
Yes, because Vince has never gone back on his word before.
Yeah, never.
Not at all.
Good addition to SmackDown, though, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Par for the course.
Is that?
Minus the bullshit.
Very exciting. A very exciting end of the evening. I thought very high energy, and Love that.
High energy.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you. Thanks for that.
I was just giving the props to the Birdman
I know.
and Owen Hart.
Thanks, Coco. On that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. Just go ahead and search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know when an episode comes your way. New episodes usually come your way every Wednesday or in special cases like this one on a Thursday. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube, and the links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Also, it is on our Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world. Darryl Bullock is on the Twitter at No One Like D. Matt Black is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. I myself, Jeremy Bennett, I'm on the Twitter at JB Huskers. And before we ride off into that sunset and get ready for the last Raw and SmackDown before WrestleMania, Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
I'm actually looking forward to next week's show because we have a lot of predictions to do next week. So hopefully neither show shits the bed and they send us off on a good note and get us excited for Mania TakeOver.
Well, they're going to shit that bad.
Diarrhea style.
That bed going to be shitty.
Matt. And Matt, what are your final thoughts?
This whole entire month has been a roller coaster of back and forth emotions regarding this WrestleMania, and sadly, after this week's episodes of television, I couldn't be any less excited about the show than I am right now. So, hopefully, the go home shows get me back in the WrestleMania spirit. But this week, kind of beat the WrestleMania love out of me.
Well, at least we got TakeOver, right?
Thank God.
We always have TakeOver.
Oh, that TakeOver card is looking mighty fine. Mighty fine. Mighty fine, if you will. For Darryl Bullock, Matt Black, Jeremy Bennett, thank you for tuning in to Lost the Midcard. We will be back at you on Wednesday with our TakeOver, our WrestleMania, and maybe even our G1 Supercard predictions. Have a good one.